Qarabağ ve Şərqi Zəngəzur bölgəsi
The regions of Karabakh and Eastern Zangezur will become one of the most beautiful places not only in Azerbaijan and the Caucasus, but also of the whole world. The most modern, the most comfortable, and the most beautiful. The nature of this place, its spectacular views, the scenery, and water springs, are complemented by modern and, at the same time, traditional buildings. A wonderful city will emerge here. I am sure each of us, every Azerbaijani, will be proud of. I want to say again that we are implementing large-scale programs in all liberated territories. Today, Shusha is already the 6th residential area to which former IDPs are returning. Former IDPs are also expected to return to the village of Suzin Lachin today. So life will be brought back to at least 20 residential areas before the end of this year. May 10th is a dear day for each one of us, including myself, of course. It is the birthday of the national leader. His biggest dream was to see these realities, to put an end to the occupation. And it was thanks to his activity that we embarked on a path of development. You, or the older generation, remember only too well what was happening before that. Anarchy, arbitrariness, chaos, struggle for power, and the placement of incompetent, cowardly, and treacherous people in the government. All this was the reason for the occupation of a city like Shusha and other cities and villages of our country. Random people had assumed power. People from the streets who had no education, no experience in public affairs, and no knowledge got the positions of ministers of defense, secretaries of state, speakers of parliament, and president. And the people of Azerbaijan suffered the bitter consequences of that. I wonder what feelings that individual who promised to defend Shusha, or shoot himself in the head, is experiencing now. I am sure he is not happy about this day at all. People like him, the leftovers of the PFPA, Musavat duo who aspired to come to power at the time, the vast majority of them were not happy about our victory, and actually regretted it. They are still trying to cast a shadow on our victory to this day. They collude with the Armenians in an attempt to belittle our victory and cast a shadow on it. It was because of their aspiration to power and the treachery and cowardice of the then government that Shusha was occupied. No major forces were needed to defend Shusha. You know that perfectly well. Shusha was left completely exposed, and the surrender of Shusha to the enemy paved the way for the Popular Front's ascent to power. Look at those dates, those historic events. After a few days, they came to power, overthrew the government, staged a coup. They sacrificed Shusha, then Lachin, and then Kalbajar, in order to turn the people's legitimate protests in their own favor. Thus, the former Nagorno-Karabakh autonomous region was de facto joined to Armenia from a geographical point of view.
De facto coğrafi nöqteyi nəzərdən birləşmişdi.